Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Deadless the Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. And we are about to play Pathfinder 2nd Edition Gatewalkers. And joining me today are these illustrious, amazing, and incredibly talented Patreons who come, hang out, play games, and apparently murder trees. Say hello to the group at home, everybody. Yay!
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's so good to see everyone. And also, we have a kitty cat. That didn't take you long, did it, Mark? I'm so glad you're there. All right, we'll do the Harrow reading in just a moment. But before we do so, we have a couple of people to thank. Let's start off with none other than our amazing sponsors who help keep the lights on here at the Dead Aussie Gamer channel. They allow us to look as cool, as functional as a stream can be through all of their amazing products and all their amazing art. So be sure to give them some thanks, starting with none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful art you see. Oh my god. Pardon me. I sculled a lot of coke just then. Not like, but like, coke, Anyway. Man, could you imagine if I did that before a stream? Like, just do a freaking massive series of lines of coke and then was just like, all right, listen, guys. A wizard pulls up in a Corvette and says, get the fuck in. We're going to go to rescue Polly Shore from Encino Valley. Yeah!
Wow.
I swear to God, that'd be the game that gets me on Dimension 20. Anyway, as I was saying, Hero Forge, wonderful artwork, amazing people who create 3D models based on your bespoke designs that use their massive catalog of 3D rendered artwork to help design a whole bunch of cool and amazing things for your TTRPG adventures. Whether it's inspiring your characters and what they look like to help you immerse better with them, creating tokens for VTTs like I use, or printing 3D minis for your own home. Whatever the case is, there is always going to be something cool for you over at Hero Forge, so go check that out as well. Then, of course, we have the lovely folks at Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects you will hear throughout the course of the adventure. I don't know if Gatewalkers actually has a sound set specifically, but nonetheless, it is one of the most robust sound... let's see, Gatewalkers. See, because I never checked. No, they don't have one for Gatewalkers. Okay. Yeah, they have one of the most robust collections of soundscapings, sound effects, inspiring mood musics, and stuff like that for anyone to use. So if you go check them out, it's not really that expensive, like a year subscription to their entire catalog. Honestly, it has upped my level of gameplay and has really helped immerse both my players and my audiences. Go, check them out. They are amazing. Then, of course, we have Fantasy Grounds, our VTT of choice, as you can see behind me. Maps. Dice, rules, everything is all sorted out for me because I am a potato and my memory is not great. And trust me, as somebody who has literally won a Best GM International Award, don't try to memorize all the shit. Let the computer do it for you. You remember when you were a kid? This is Dad going back into this is welcome to
You lost your mic. You lost your mic, by the way.
second. Yeah, because I had to pick up my mic and then pull the plug out because that was me being dramatic. Because I'm a dramatic fuck. But here we go. Okay, hold on. Old man Dag voice. All right, now listen here. Remember when Dag was a little kid, they used to tell us when we were at school, you're going to be doing your math test. Now listen here, son. We're not going to let you use calculators during your tests. Because when in the hell are you going to be out there in the world walking around with a calculator? And, well, I mean...
I don't remember that, Doug.
Your age,
you're little.
Your age threatens me. I find it deeply upsetting. Do you know what I mean?
You're so wee.
Do you know what was deeply upsetting? Was someone I was talking to in a completely random context said there's no cats in America, and then I had a young friend of mine say, "What the hell does that even mean?" And you know what? I cried a little. I did. There are no cats in America. I will give extra points for anyone who could tell me that reference. There's a cat on Jen.
No cats in America.
There are no cats in America.
American tail.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. There are no cats in America.
Cats in America.
Yes, exactly. That's it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a me age thing. That's I just never had the chance to watch it.
Which
Don
Fightful?
Bluth
I forgot
films.
though.
Viv. Okay, look. Mac, write this
Yeah.
down.
I know Don Bluth. I love Don Bluth. I just never got to watch American Tail.
It's a classic. Anyway.
I know, but there's so many films I haven't
I'm
watched.
going to retitle this stream, instead of Gatewalkers, it's going to be Dag Talks Old Man Shit to Young People. You know what? Honestly, I'd probably end up way more popular. Anyway, sits there and just tells these young people, you don't know what you have. Functioning knees. That feeling where you can wake up in the morning
that's way too generous to me.
where you can still remember how you got certain injuries. I mean, sometimes I go to bed and I'm fine. I wake up and I realize that I twisted my ankle 3 years ago on a freaking pog, which I slipped on, and suddenly it's causing me problems at 40. Anyway.
Doug, you doubt how much chronic pain the youth of today have. It's unfortunate that it's everyone.
Puppy. Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
There's a puppy. Sorry,
He
Mac.
looks so
That wasn't
scared.
your fault. I have squirrel brain, and there is now a puppy.
He looks so. Is he okay? He looks so concerned.
She doesn't like being held as much as the other one does.
I'm aloft. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
she's like, I'm not on my feet.
Aw, baby. Okay. Thank you, OG. I needed that. Okay. Now, getting down from my soapbox. We're playing TTRPGs. That's what we're doing. We did our sponsors. Our sponsors are a thing. That is amazing. Yes, the tangent that I went on is do not try to remember every single rule of your game system. It won't work. Doesn't matter how young or old you are. It's much easier to let the computer do your shit. There we go, back on track. Now, of course, any good TTRPG is an adventure in which the narrator or the GM, such as myself, tells a great story, embodies characters, arbitrates the rules, but the real heart of any good game is, of course, the players and the characters that they are embarking on this story with. They are the vehicle that drives this, and it's honestly a great pleasure to see the story unfold through the perspective of these incredible people. And to describe them and describe the characters, I'm going to turn it over to their players to introduce themselves and the characters that they'll be enjoying today's session with, starting with our dear friend, OG Lava Kitten.
Hello. I am playing Lucia, who is an elven witch with her familiar Magnus, and she's on a quest to find her missing twin brother and got caught up in this whole thing everyone else did, and is developing her new path. She's trying to like just go for it. Be like, I'm not an NPC anymore. Let's go.
And I'm Scully playing the gruff, angry dwarf Bill Rotar, who doesn't think, does to protect these people, or that's the premise that he tries to live by just now. Probably starting to question about why he's trying to protect some of these people. But yeah. Just
Hello.
watch out for the drinks.
Yeah. Hello. I am Neil from Immersion Diversion, and I play Arseni, the human turned skeleton sorcerer, a musician at heart. He's a musician, so he's a bard at heart. As some of his spells are cast through his lute that he now has, since his last one was broken. He's just a joyous skeleton who is accident prone.
Hi, I'm Jen. I play Aelith, the elf ranger who happened upon this group and is now kind of been added as a protector.
Sorry.
Oop.
The words are a bit difficult. Hi, I'm McBluffin. I play Viv. They're a little puppet that summons their own friend who looks like the person they once belonged to and who they're trying to find. But right now, they're really just kind of worried about the fact that all the adults around them are drunk, and somehow the skeleton is drunk too, and they don't really know what being drunk is. They just saw it happen one time with Bill and the bar, and they're really kind of concerned. They're really hoping A-list shows up soon. It's a no.
It's a no.
We
It's a
need an
no.
adult.
Yep. Yes,
You were the adult.
We are the top.
Oh God, who left?
I was counting on it, guys.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting the Harrow deck ready for later on and shenanigans that will occur. So just FYI. All right. Well, which of course brings us then to the last person we have to thank before today's game kicks off, and that is our lovely audience members. Guys, thank you so much for being here and making the time to come and hang out with us, watch the silly, fun, awesome games that we end up playing. As such, you guys know my rules here. We're playing on Twitch, we're playing live, we're playing with you guys. You guys in the audience are just as much a part of this game as my players and myself. So we invite you to come behind the GM screen to have a bit of fun with us. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points. Subscribers earning channel points a little bit quicker. You guys get to use channel points to do a number of cool, fun, and amazing things, ranging from insight bonuses, inspiration, divine interventions, divine healing, wandering monsters, and of course, the Harrow reading, which I'll do in just a second. But before, I get into that, I just want to ask everyone in the, because I don't just take my word for it. I know I say it every game, right? But ask my players, not looking at your donated rewards, right? How vital have channel point rewards been to you guys and your survival as characters?
So much inspiration.
I have not died as much as I should have.
My favorite is insight bonuses. Unfortunately, we don't always have the personal wisdom to use them, i.e. last session, but my favorite is the insight bonuses. They're really cool.
Yeah, see,
They're really helpful.
Testimonies from my players, these are absolutely useful. Now, the Harrow reading is not something we do very often because it does take a little bit of time, and when it does get redeemed, we do give it the appropriate time. So, the way the Harrow reading works is I ask the person who donated, which in this case is none other than our dear friend Marcus, the storyteller, to ask a rudimentary question of the universe. Then, inspired by the question, I will ask the Harrow deck as to what the reading will be and what it will mean. I will interpret the Harrow reading and design an encounter on the fly today, right now in this game, to insert into this session. Now, this one does trump the plot twists in terms of timing. So I will carry forward plot twists, but I won't carry forward Harrow readings because they're harder. So, Marcus, I need you to pick a question, something you can ask. This can be about a character. This could be about the future. You can ask for a prophet. Imagine you are asking something of an oracle, so to speak. You can ask questions of people's healths. How will someone die? Will they fall in love? Will they ever encounter a giant cyclops? A million different things. Once you ask your question, the harrowing will begin. Now, while we are working on Marcus's question, we do have, of course, monetary donations which help DAG keep the lights on and play off the DAG survival check. This is basically for my basic overheads, things like rent, things like electricity, food, that stuff I need to eat, all that stuff. DAG survival checks are basically, as close as I can get to those are always amazing. And the rewards are a lot more tangible than the channel point ones. So first of all, for $5, you can donate to grant a hero point to our lovely audience, lovely players. These are those red marks you can see there. They can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Alternatively, $5 can buy one of these purple marks, which is a jinx point that can be used to negate hero points, have bad guys roll with advantage, or make things minorly complicated. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards I have in front of me. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions. These serve as not only hero points, but also a free action that a player of your choosing can use at any point in time during the game. Or alternatively, that $10 can go towards plot twists, which are a narrative tool that'll give me an inspiration based on a random narrative prompt that I will then insert into the game during the session. So that is the $10 reward. For $20, you can donate to give someone a coveted golden natural 20, which is a natural 20 in every sense of the word. It is an improved success on whatever they want to use, because sometimes you just need stuff to work or something to bail you out, and nat 20s are great for that. $50, you can make it to give a $50 donation is either a magic item to a player of your choosing. This can be a item that will be designed by yourself as a homebrew item. You can ask me to design something, or you can give something from one of the player's wish lists. Or alternatively, if you woke up and chose violence, you can instead use that $50 to increase the difficulty of a challenge the group is facing by a great margin. This might make the monster get an extra template. Maybe they have a boss mode. Maybe the terrain shifts. Maybe the parameters of victory have suddenly shifted. Whatever the case is, things change, things move, and things become a lot more complicated. So that's the $50 donation. And then lastly, we have the $100 secret menu item. The secret menu item is as follows. It's quite simple. Neil, if I was in school, I'd ask you to stand up, but I just want you to, in spirit, just stand up. Just in spirit. Okay.
Uh-oh.
This young man, Neil, for some reason has come to this table with nothing but hatred in his heart for all creatures of an arboreal nature.
What?
And so, after collapsing several trees with a dead tree before setting them afire in a giant forest, and then following which choosing to stab atop a living beast, in choosing to stab and sup the precious life essence from a tree last week, I've decided to create a notable NPC boss that will do nothing but expressly exact the revenge of the trees against Arsini. This is going to be an awakened sandbox tree named East Clintwood.
Okay, that made it all better. I'm all for it.
All right. East Clintwood is going to be nature's vengeance coming back to fight Arsini. So that boss fight will be present. So that is the whole thing.
Yay, okay, that's cool.
Can you spend your roaming boss for that? No. Unfortunately, you cannot spend it for that because that is, of course, the secret menu item. But I will. You know what? Odd Aussie Gamer did give me a good idea of that. If you want, I will allow the roaming boss, if you would like, to produce a bard known as a Folklucan lyrist to accompany East Clintwood that will be a Lorax and who will speak for the trees. There you go. That's kind of my compromise on that. Okay, so that is our secret menu item, and of course, additive if we have that. Okay. Now we do have some donations. Let's go through them quickly. I believe we have loaded up on hero points, if I'm not mistaken, Schoolie. Yes?
Yeah, so you started off with $20 from Christina to give 2 hero points to Lashara and Aelith.
Thank you so much, Christina,
and
for
then
your
Cookie
$20
Monster
donation.
Steve topped everyone off and had $20 spare and gave a heroic action to Lashara and Bill Ratar.
All right, love that. All right, Lashara, pick a number between 1 to 3 for your heroic action.
Reminds me, I gotta grab
2.
the one I had.
Please.
2. The last stand. Until the start of your next turn, any damage you take that would reduce you to 0 hit points will not, instead leaving you at 1 hit point and the doom condition. Or increase the doom condition if you have already got doomed. You die if your doomed condition hits 4, but otherwise, yeah, you are immune to damage for an entire round. It's like an advanced hero point.
Okay.
Okay. And Bill Rutar.
1.
No. Okay, this one's a good one. Make way. Play at the start of a stride action. During the stride action, you must move in a straight line, but can move up to your entire move speed, and any creature in the way is immediately, with no check involved. No, sorry, here it is. Sorry. A free shove attempt. You can knock any creature out of your way without suffering any attack penalties. Basically, I'm going to rename this to I'm the Juggernaut bitch.
Which does fit for Bill at times.
It does. It very much does. Okay. Any other donations, or are we good? Oh, also, Odd Aussie Gamer, just so you know, first of all, have a wonderful night. I hope you sleep well, rest up. And if you're wondering why I'm up so late, it's actually not. I'm in Perth, actually. That's why I'm up so late. So, because it is only 9:30 here.
And Marcus did type his question.
All right, what was Marcus's question? Marcus asks, will Lashara ever find true love? Okay, well, here we have the Harrow deck for our lovely audience to see. I think you guys can mostly see that. So, this is our spread of cards, each of which possess the Crown's suit, which of course is matters of the heart. Very important. The Crown suit it is. Now, Lashara, what is your favorite number? What is an important number to you?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've shuffled it 4 times. Next, the question pertained to will Lashara ever find love, which I think is a future thing for sure. I think we can definitely work on that. My sessions run 2 hours. I'll be done by 11:30. I'm fine. Okay. So yes, will is our future. So let's find out what our future cards flip. We have the twins. Interesting. The twins are a neutral charisma one, so they're partially aligned. We have the unicorn, which is chaotic good. This is partially aligned as well. And we have the empty throne, lawful good. This is completely oppositely aligned. Okay, interesting. All right, so let's interpret this. So the misaligned, the empty throne, relates to the ghost of the past, may relenting to something requiring, something needs to be let loose or set at peace. So for me, that reads that Lashara has an ex that she is not over.
Ooh.
Interesting. And in order to move forward and find yourself partnership, you may require effort in order to let the ghosts of the past rest. Okay, interesting. The unicorn is partially aligned, is a card that generously offers that which the subject seeks. Well, that's a good question. Does Lashara seek love? Is it something she's searching for?
I don't know that she's given that any consideration. I think that's something she wanted before her brother went missing.
Interesting. Okay. So perhaps love from an unexpected source or somewhere where one wasn't necessarily looking for love. Okay, I can see that. And the twins, a sign of duality of purpose or identity, represent a physical duplicate, can also mean indecision. A person or group wavers between differing opinions. Can also mean divided loyalties. Interesting. Okay. I think I've got something. The last thing I want to do is I'm going to ask Lashara a quick question. Then I'm going to ask Lashara to share a little bit about her character with the audience while I type something up. So, if you'd be so kind... Harrow Lashara romance? Question mark. Okay. Lashara, this ex that is still a factor in your life, but whether or not you're, seeing each other or whatever, who is this person? But before you end, that's the big question I want you to ask, to tell everyone about your ex. But also, what orientation is Lashara? Do they fancy the men, the women, something else?
I think she favors men and masculine energies. So somebody, maybe if they were non-binary, but just had more masculine energy, that's where she would lean toward.
Any species? We ask because we are in a fantasy adventure, for example.
Yes.
And keeping in mind, favor does not mean only prefer, right? Like, for example, yeah. Just to be clear on these things. This just gives me a direction.
I think she would favor elves because of the long life that she's
Makes sense.
going to be leading. She would prefer someone who had a long life as well.
Sure,
Does
makes
she have
perfect
a
sense.
preference of specific subculture of elves?
I don't think we need
No,
to go
I
into
don't
that.
think she'd have a preference there. Just more of, I have two short-lived family members and I don't want to go through that pain again when it happens. So
Okay. Tell us the story of your ex while I type some stuff out.
okay. I was thinking of why would she leave someone? She's pretty young, so I feel like she probably got involved with either half elf or a human, someone short-lived, but they were a lot of fun. Um, and I think she enjoyed being with him, and they had a lot of fun. But then that overwhelming sense of doom as she watches her mother age, knowing her mother is a half elf and her brother in appearance looks a lot older than her. She probably broke it off out of fear. She didn't want to experience pain if that love relationship developed further, so she cut it off before. Still has feelings for this person, but it was more out of like self-preservation. So wow.
Okay. Done. I have created an encounter, an entire story from this harrow, and I will point out that is why we are late. No, we're not late. This is actually fine. This is all part of it. But I'm going to point out, I've taken the tarot reading, we've done the harrow reading, this is why it's so expensive, but we now have a full-fledged encounter, which we will be doing right now. So, unless there were any other donations I missed. No? Good. Okay. We return once more. Back to the planet of Castrovel, where our heroes last found themselves. On a quest to try and uncover missing memories from an ancient past, our heroes delve into strange and mysterious elven gates known as the Aodara. Ones whom which they traveled last were responsible for them losing their memories in the first place. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. There we go. Alright. Banding together, they have overcome many trials and tribulations, but unfortunately have unleashed a terrible plague upon the planet of Castrovel. An elven curse known as the unravel curse now threatens to wipe out the elves of Castrovel, unless our heroes can manage to help a person by the name of Genthiel put together a cure left behind by his mother to remedy the situation. But one ingredient the recipe requires is water from a great beast known as She Who Walks with Season. Our heroes are now atop the great and mighty beast the size of an entire mountain range in hopes of trying to acquire but a small portion of the water required to create the antidote. After scaling its massive structure, our heroes came upon 3 guardians, tiny little frog-like creatures with water in their skulls and shells upon their back. These 3 guardians proclaimed to be protectors of She Who Walks with Season, and said that if they wished to sup from her holy spring, they would need to prove themselves worthy and pass a challenge as beset by the great provider herself. After presenting them with several gourds, Bilratar, mixing up his own cocktail between them, failed the test, passing out quite drunk but very happy. Lushara, who began drinking one after the other, also found herself succumbing to the alcohol imbibements. It was Arsini who had drunk a few and gotten a little wasted, but kind of held his hand, that then came up with a new plan. A genius plan. A plan unlike any plan that has ever been planned before. He took a knife and stabbed one of the trees growing from the back of the great beast. To the shock and absolute befuddlement of the three guardians, this sudden and violent attack on their home is now being met with vicious violence. And that is where our battle will begin. All right. So, rolling into initiative. Aelith, you were not with the group at the time of this catastrophe, but have quickly and swiftly caught up. You could tell that your friend Squee had can kind of see that you were worried. If left to their own devices, who knows what the others would get up to. And Squee said that he can stay here and keep an eye on the lookout while you go and help the others. With a grateful exchange of handshakes, you jump aboard She Who Walks with Seasons and quickly make yourself to the clearing, where you can see, again, Bilratar passed out, Lashara laying in the soil nearby, Arsini about to be attacked by 3 alien frog creatures, which, by the way, appear thusly. And Viv is what's Viv doing? Viv is just chilling.
I don't think chilling would be the word. More like desperately trying to, upon realizing what Arsene has done, trying to talk down the frogs and failing.
Yeah, likely something of that variety. All right, Aelith, what do you do?
I take in the scene. What's going on here? What happened? Why do we have angry?
I don't know. They told
Arsene attacked another tree.
they said this that they wanted us to drink from the tree, so I was drinking from drink from the tree.
He got another tree.
Heretics!
Blasphemers! It was their fault. They said that
He
they were.
always
What is
hurts
your
the
problem with
trees.
trees, Arsene?
I don't have problems with trees. They have problems with me.
They're acting
He
really
hates the
weird,
trees.
Aelith. They're talking weird.
Oh my
He always
God.
hurts the trees.
What? What is?
I don't know why.
Oh,
Ugh.
and okay, look at these creatures. What is going on? What
They told us to
What
drink
caused this?
from their gourds. They have like these things.
Gourds aren't trees. And you
They
tell
never
me-
said they were
so why
trees.
did you why did you attack a tree then if you needed to drink from a gourd?
He hates trees.
I don't hate
He
trees,
hates
Lashara.
them. He
Stop
hates
it!
them.
I don't hate them. Miscommunication.
Oh, Arsene.
No, you always kill the trees.
Why do you
Everyone-
all hate me?
Can
Why do you
somebody-
blame the trees? I mean,
Somebody
blame me
please
for the
take back
trees.
my sentience.
What's happening?
I don't know. He just
Okay.
hates the trees.
I'm
Aelith
really
is
sorry.
gonna approach a bit closer. What's wrong with what's wrong with Bill?
He
Bill
drank
just has a
too
great big
much.
smile on his face as he's unconscious and snoring.
He drank from the gourd and it was too much and he passed out.
I'm really sorry, Guardians. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has a condition.
What?
A what?
The condition.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say concussion. I'm like,
So-
He probably has a concussion, but he has no brains. So it takes adverse effect on trees instead.
So to be clear, we are in initiative. Aelith, you have spent a good chunk of your action trying to ascertain what is
Yeah.
going on, and you've spent a move
Yeah.
action moving up. Viv,
Yep.
your words have made yourself been heard, and you will come up after Lashara, at which point I will claim those questions or that plea as a diplomacy check, but I will roll it on your turn after I find out what Lashara is doing, which I will do right now. Lashara,
Yep.
you are pretty toasty. What are you doing, my friend?
Lushara is going to try to stand back up because she was sitting. And then she's going to pat the tree and say, "It's not our fault he hates the trees, but I can heal it if you want." And she's like, "It's okay, tree."
Arseni can't frown, but he would
and
be
then,
if he saw it. If he had flesh, he'd be frowning.
And she's confused, and she meant to like heal the tree, but instead she casts light on the tree, so it's glowing now. And that's her turn. She stood up and cast light, which is 2 actions. And then she's like, "Oh, see, it's glowing. It's fine now."
A divine sign that we must murder the interlopers. They attacked the most sacred of all the trees in the forest.
Of all the trees, this one?
That's the most sacred. None of the others have lit up. No, none of them have. That
You-
one did. He stabbed the tree of
Oh.
light. Oh, God.
It only started lighting up after. Fine, I don't know what's happening
Hold on,
anymore.
wait. Hold on, one
He's
second.
just killing me.
It is known as it is known as El Árbol de la Luz. El Árbol de la Luz. I can't speak Spanish. Let me try this.
El árbol de la luz.
El
Oof.
árbol de la luz.
Done. That is it. It is now official. Okay. With that plea in mind, is there anything else you want to do, Lushara, before we turn to Viv? With your contribution, I will give Viv a +4 on the diplomacy check.
No, that was it. She used her action to get back to her feet and 2 action to cast light on the tree.
Sure, not a problem. All right, Viv, we go to you. Let's make the diplomacy check.
Okay.
We also got an insight bonus.
Inside bonus. Don't let Neil near trees.
Yeah. Uh, 26.
Ooh, that is a success.
It's common practice where we're from that you can drink from trees without harming them forever. So we thought that was what you meant, because there are ways for beings like us to drink from trees, you know, without them getting permanent damage. So that's what we thought you meant. We never wanted to hurt the tree.
Oh, if I had more jinx points.
Fine.
What is my slight? What
They
is my slight against you?
they take a moment and they growl a little bit, but they then sheathe their weapons. The tree does not look harmed. It does look a little harmed, teeny bit harmed, but also powerful.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to harm your tree.
Don't apologize to us. She is not our tree.
Uh.
She is the sacred tree. She belongs to she who walks. They all say in unison. Bow down to the tree and pray for its forgiveness, lest its wrath come upon you.
I'm get on my knees and I bow to the tree and I say, I'm sorry, tree. I'm sorry, tree.
No, you
Was
have
that
to beg
believable?
for its forgiveness, Arsene.
I am begging for my forgiveness. Do you see how cracked up I am?
Aw, thank you, Cookie. Yeah, I got a couple of Jace points. So, about that diplomacy check. No, no, it's gone already. But that's okay. Thank you, Cookie. I'll now have them. I'll now have them for exactly that. They okay. They sort of nod at each other and they're like, well, the trial still needs to be completed. Yes, it does. Grr. Though this
Thanks
one
for
cannot
something.
participate anymore. It talks
Yeah,
too
I
much
think
for something that has no lips.
I think since I'm just bowing to the tree after they forgive me, I just lay on the ground. Just like flat out, stretch out, plank.
Just passed out.
No, I'm just
For
laying
Aelith's-
there.
For Aelith's purpose, they repeat what they ask you to do. You must drink from She Who Walks to understand She Who Walks. They have 3 gourds. One is blue, one is yellow, and one is red. Once you have consumed her nectar and survived, you may pass to her inner sanctum.
Okay. I will drink from the
Wait, before you
yellow
drink,
one.
I
Oh,
drank from the
yeah.
yellow one, and I'm okay, but I have this effect. You see as I am. Bill Richard mixed the blue and the red, or was that it? Or was that Lashara? Bill. He's just sleeping.
Bill's sleeping.
Which one, Lashara? Which ones did you drink again?
Blue and then red.
Okay, I drank the
And
yellow
Bill did blue and yellow.
together. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I think you just drink.
Yes. That's it. Maybe drink all 3, but don't do it all at once. I don't
Drink all
know.
3 of them.
Maybe.
You can do it, Aelith. You're
Join
really-
us! Join us!
I'll drink from the-
Noise.
I'll drink from the blue one.
Okay. The blue one, you said.
Yes.
Okay. You may make a fortitude save as you drink the first gourd.
Okay.
And thwop.
Oh dear.
Okay.
You do have hero points.
Okay, I'll use one.
All right. Make a roll. I'm feeling lucky. I feel like this one will get higher. There we go.
Yeah, it got high.
All right. That is still not enough, sadly. And Aelith, you also go down for the count. You are also pretty out there with Bilratar. Lashara, now if I remember correctly, Bilratar, you and now Aelith are both passed out. Arsene and Lashara, you drank yours, but you passed your saves for them. So you guys are drunk, but you are still conscious. And Viv, you have not partaken in anything yet.
You think I should keep going, guys?
No, you
This-
might do something bad.
Boy,
And then
I
I'll
won't
do it.
harm any more trees, I promise.
No, you shush. And Lushara will go over to drink the last one she hadn't drank before.
All right.
I'll drink the yellow.
All right. You go to drink the yellow.
Okay. Pull my sheet up. Come on, sheet.
Listen.
There we go. That's fortitude. Oh boy.
Mhm.
That's not good.
No, that is not good indeed.
Let me try a hero point if you don't mind.
Not a problem. Hero point it is.
All right. All right. Let's see if we can get better than that. Probably not. This is not our luck today.
I believe in you.
Oh, 21?
21 is precisely the DC.
Oh.
Ooh, yes.
After drinking the third one, you feel like you're about to pass out. You feel the light in your eyes start to like drift in and out before you take a deep breath and suddenly you hear clarity. The trees and the leaves around you suddenly give off this strange, almost wind chime ringing. You know that feeling when you go into a place where the fluorescent light isn't quite fixed right, and you can hear that tinny electricity in the air a little bit? It's kind of like that, but more like a wind chime song note, like someone hitting a reverberation at just the right tone to create quite a beautiful symphony of melodies that echo around you now. As they sing to you, you realize why it's so special to these three individuals, because the sound resonates the pool of water in their little head cap things. So they're in tune with it as well. And as soon as they look at you, their eyes widen and they say, "She sees!" Yay! And they kind of like clap and they say, "Do you see? Do you see?"
I do. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And this fuck stabbed it.
I know. I'm going to yell at him more later. Actually, she kind of like kick some dirt on him.
Some
My
dirt kicked
instrument.
They all gather around and start kicking dirt on our
No.
city.
Ah! I haven't bit the dirt yet.
Are you okay, Lashara?
Yeah, I can hear it all. All the trees.
The three of them look at each other and they say, "Well, she can pass. The rest of you, not so much."
Wait.
No!
So if we drink all. Oh yeah, you told me not to talk. Sorry.
No, they all look at you and they just say, "No. Whatever you're about to say, no."
I have a great idea.
Finish my test. I drink one.
No! They take a
Oh.
stick and they, like, that's fallen on the ground and just bonk. No.
No. I'm gonna just go this way. and
No!
I'm gonna
No!
sadly-
Did we say you can move? Come back here. Back. No.
No!
No. When we said no, we mean no.
Arsene, stay. Stay.
Mm.
They walk 3 feet away from you, then they turn, they all point sticks at you, and they like just like one eyebrow raised.
That violin doesn't work.
Ah! They all beat the shit out of you. They just run up to you and start, "We said no!" And they just keep going to town on you until you get knocked out.
No.
Lashara, I've never really drunk anything besides chalky milk and milkshakes, so I don't know what this is, and I'm kind of worried about leaving our unconscious friends, but do you want me to try too?
No, it's okay. I can go and collect the water. I
I
can
don't wanna go
just hear it all. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
I look to the gardens. Could one of you at least go with her? I don't want to leave my friend alone.
We don't trust this one. We gotta stay here with our sticks just in case he wakes up. She'll be
I
fine.
have a stick. I have a stick. I'll stay with him.
That stick is too small. Here, take this stick. They bring a
Stick.
bigger stick. Stick!
This is the best day of my life.
They hand you a stick, and now the blue one will go with you.
Got this, Lashara.
I have this. It'll be okay.
Okay. I'm going to preemptively apologize to everyone because, like I said, the Harrow does take over a little bit here. I will figure out something. If people are worried that this is becoming a bit too Lashara-centric, remember, we do have our secret menu item.
Never too Lashara centric. Not enough Lashara.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there because I know that the next bit is this, and I don't just want poor Schooly Eye to be up and just being like, "Oh, cool, that was a really nice session I listened to while I was passed out."
Well, now there's 3 people passed
Well,
out.
yeah, I'm just, I'm being as a GM mindful before I go into a scene, because this is going to be very immersive. This is going to be very focused. You know, I understand what's going to transpire. Okay, one moment. Oh, do I not have okay. Sure. I will use one of these guys. Sorry, ignore that. There we go. God, I wish I could read half of these things. They're so small. Eh. No. There we go. Aha. Nope. Okay, so yeah, it's not going to give me that. All right. So, as you make your way into a large and beautiful oasis in the middle of what looks to be several large glaciers, water cascading down what look to be a crown of ice horns around the head of the creature, coalesce into the center of this large pool of water. It is quite a beautiful sight. Just trying to find a good oh my, hold on. Okay, apologies in advance. I just found this thing. Okay, this might get R-rated in a second. I found a button that's just called lovemaking. And I'm too much of a child to not push it.
It's fine, you're also not sharing audio with us, so.
That's true.
Oh no.
Oh, it's music. Okay, good. That is exactly what I wanted. This is the precise music I wanted. Good. But I feel like I had to warn people. Okay? Could have been something very different. Okay. And I should be able to share the audio with you guys, actually, for this table. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's do it. Okay. There we go. So, as you make your way into the oasis, you see, again, the beautiful crystal waters. They are glistening in the light of the sun. The pink sky that surrounds the great beast known as She Who Walks creates just this paradise, like almost like an Eden unto itself, sheltered and protected from the dangers that lurk beyond. From here, the terrors of the dinosaur creatures, the apes with their pustules of poison gas, and other dangers seem alien. Here, it's just pretty birds, small, tiny mammals, little lizard reptiles with electricity flowing over their tails. But other than that, this is, it's like I said, paradise. As you move your way forward, somebody gestures to you and says, please, just tread carefully. You look around to try and see where the voices come from. Make a perception check.
Where is my character sheet? Alright, perception.
All right.
24.
Looking into a nearby tree, you see what looks to be a rather wild-looking elven individual who, just for the sake of actually being able to see the damn thing, I will also put here. That is way too small. Let's try. That is also way too small. One moment. Sorry. If it does not, just zoom in on him. Yeah, it's just too small. Okay. There we go. This individual right here. Now, he is sitting in a tree, both legs sprayed out across this very thick and large branch. In his hand, he has a large notebook and a piece of charcoal. He seems to be drawing the landscape around him. He says, "Please, just stay where you are. It shouldn't be long now." What do you do?
Shara holds still. Yeah, she looks at him and then holds still because she's not sure what to do here, but it's just very peaceful. And she's a city girl, but overwhelmed with just how beautiful it is here.
She smiles, and the tiny little turtle guy that's with you kind of squats down. He looks like he's about to draw, but then he kind of sees you and your like uncertainty and smiles. He then gestures at you. Suddenly there's an explosion that comes from the center of the water. A huge geyser of hot, boiling water rises up and fires into the sky. As it does so, he has a moment where he kind of like uses his like kind of hand to kind of like shield from the sun, the glare that comes in through the water droplets as it rises upwards and out. But intermittently woven into the stream is what looks to be thousands of these translucent fishes that catch light and create these small beams of golden swarming fish that school around and create a helix that travels up the spout as high as it can. As they get higher and higher, you watch as this stream of light continues to grow upwards. Before the whole thing comes crashing down, you watch these fish likewise almost acrobatically begin to swirl and turn into a perfect diving pose. And then as the water lands like the sound of a heavy rain, you watch as these fish, like droplets of sunshine, just hit the water's surface over and over and over again. You take a moment caught as your breath is lodged in your throat. You look up at the elf that was here, and it seems like he wasn't looking at the geyser exploding. Sorry. Got distracted for a moment there. Hi. I didn't realize anyone else would be up here. Normally the Kappa are quite reluctant to let people pass through. It took me, 6 months to feel welcomed here? You're not welcome here! Yes, thank you. You are tolerated. That is all. Now, do what you need to do and be done. Then go home.
Okay.
And don't start coming here like this guy is.
No. I'm just visiting once.
This motherfucker. And he walks off. Yeah, charming, the Kappa are. They, well, if they're not anything, they are very diligent.
Yeah.
Sorry, where are my manners? My name is Avalon. Avalon Elanris. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, I'm Lushara. Gunfiel.
Lashara.
Yes.
That's quite a strange name. It's not one I'm familiar with.
I'm from Galeria.
Galarian.
Yes.
So,
It's a long story, but we came here through gates.
the Aodara. Yes, no,
Yes.
I've heard stories of them. My parents told me of them time and time again. I dreamed always to one day traverse them myself. I've got to say it's amazing. I didn't even think they were still functional, or if they still had any magic. And you watch as he seems to be getting more excited. He's gesturing more, and eventually you watch as his weight seems to cause the branch to crack underneath him, and you kind of watch this as it happens.
Oh, you're gonna fall.
What I just oh, and you hear it snap as he comes tumbling down, and you just hear this soft thud as he hits the ground. Oh,
Are you all right?
yeah, no, I'm fine. Just my pride, I think. He takes a bag that he's got like kind of onto his side and moves it in front of him. Oh, he looks a little sad, and he opens it up, and you can see that there is a myriad of wooden pencils that are now crushed. Many of them are broken and stuff. It's like, oh, damn it.
I'm taking it you're an artist?
Huh? Who? Me? Oh, no, I mean, he quickly tries to gather up the pencils that fell out of the bag. As this does so, you notice that his book is still open to the page he was last working on. And you can see that instead of capturing the geyser with all the fish, he's taken an angle from his vantage point of you and the way your eyes lit up the moment you saw those fish. And you can see the golden school in a reflection in your eyes, which makes your eyes look like starlight.
Kind of freezes and blushes a little. It just seemed really like I don't know how to handle that.
He hasn't noticed you've done this. He's just like, he's grabbing like just broken pencils and quickly just stuffing them in his bag. He's like, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call myself an artist. I just like to come here once in a while, and I don't know, it reminds me of someone very special.
Oh, partner?
He sort of says, like, sort of sits up and then looks over. He notices his book, and quickly you notice that his eyes dart down to it, mostly just to see that you hadn't noticed, but he then quickly picks it up. He says, no, I don't have a partner of like that. No, my sister, actually.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is she missing?
Well, sort of. She, our family has a tendency to run wild and free on their own. My sister and I were twins, are twins, and when she left, I thought she'd want to, I don't know, do her à la smock with me as well, but chose to instead leave without me. So I guess I've been kind of like trying to figure out who I am without her, you know. And this is where we used to come when we were kids. She who walks with seasons doesn't pass through our valley very often. So whenever she did come, we would often climb and play on her branches and with the Kappa Tengu. It's filled with so many of her memories. I feel closer to her here than anywhere else, and I hope that with her traveling, maybe one day I'd be reunited with her. But, it's been a while, and, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I have a twin as well.
You do?
Yeah, I have a twin brother, and he's, missing. I'm trying to find him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know that must be... I understand exactly how difficult that can be. I don't think many people understand what it's like to lose something that feels so much a part of you. And I know that people say it's like magic twin powers, but it's not that. It's knowing that someone just gets you and has gotten you the entire time. A mirrored reflection that is so much more than that.
Yeah, he's quite carefree and adventurous, and I was the one who stayed home.
That kind of sounds a little familiar.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, my sister always had her head in the clouds. I would draw sceneries and landscapes, and she would want to explore them.
Yeah, I understand. Sounds very similar to my brother. He wanted to live life, I guess, adventuring. He's a half elf, so he always told me, you gotta live your life while you can.
Oh, I understand that too. I'm also a half elf. At this point, he brushes his fringe forward, and what you actually see are two very small, not very prominent antennae. You then hear a voice in your head. If you're from Galarian, I don't suppose you know much of the La Shunta. They're Castrovelian natives. I believe you have humans where you come from. The La Shunta are the natives from here.
Oh, interesting.
At this point, Lushara, you feel this sudden sinking feeling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, are you hiding that expression from him?
Trying to. Just
Make a
But it's
performance. Make
just-
a performance check.
yeah. Trying to, but it's very overwhelming. All right. What is my
Also, I'm
character
gonna do a
sheet
very
like?
very quick player check. How are you doing? You okay?
I'm doing great.
Good. Okay.
All right. Oh, performance, such a strong power of mine. Oh my god.
Oh,
how did I not
damn!
do that?
He does not notice anything. You flawlessly.
Stuff it down. Stuff those feelings down. Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite amazing, and I mean, I would love to meet your brother too. I'm sure that if he's anything as you describe, I feel like he and my sister would have gotten along quite swimmingly.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he would actually really like coming here to Casterville. I gotta find him first though.
Well, I'm sure that you will.
Yeah, I just need to collect some of the water. We're trying to stop a curse from spreading.
Oh, that sounds that sounds awful. Here, let me do that for you. He climbs. He sort of moves over to the edge, and as he does, you kind of realize he's about to put his hand in what appears to be boiling water. And as he does so, as he moves his arm into the water, you actually realize that, unlike an elf, his body is like interwoven layers of muscle. The Lashunta come in two variations. The first is usually very, very magically inclined, very, very thin frame. The other are broad, stocky, like superhuman strength kind of creatures with, again, that rigid muscular. So he is of that species or that subspecies of Lashunta. So what he does is he literally opens up his palm and scoops a good chunk of the water and takes out one of his empty glass vials that normally he uses for mixing paint and stuff. It's quite a sizable vial. It's like it's more like a beaker, should I say, or a mason jar,
Mm.
and he'll fill it up. Now, the reason he uses his hand for it specifically is because as it comes out of the water, it's still like kind of, I guess, touching a living flesh or touching a living creature. So when he pours it into it, it still kind of has this kind of magic mineral property that is attached to it as he places it in. If he stuck the mason jar into it, it would not really capture it as it should be. He explains that it is filled with an abundance of life energy, which it is, because it is also a healing potion. And he'll give you 6 jars of it.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it.
No, it's my pleasure. I don't suppose your brother, you're seeking him on Castrovel, or...
No, I'm afraid he's back on Galeria.
Okay.
Yeah. I would stay away from the city until we can make the cure to the curse, just in case.
Oh, I
wouldn't
don't
want to see you harmed.
Oh, I don't leave She Who Walks with Seasons. I've lived here for decades now.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't get lonely with
I mean, there's the capo and
yeah.
Well,
they're lovely.
They're well. I mean, they're fine once you get to know them a little bit. Sometimes I do speak to people and trade for a variety of different foods and resources here and there, but I don't know. I've always been a little bit anxious about leaving. Like I said, my sister was really the more adventurous one.
And, I understand.
There's I guess there's a part of me that worries that if we got separated and she came looking for me, that this is where I think she'd look.
I understand. It took a lot for me to leave my home. It took my brother's disappearance. So I understand. It's hard.
But But I mean, look at you now. You're traveling. You're on a different planet. That's more than a little away from your home.
Yeah, we've been a lot of places, and I've seen a lot, but it's the price I pay, and I'm happy to do so.
Well, maybe it's time that you got something. He hands you his sketchbook. I don't know how long you'll be in Castrovel, but over the years I have seen much, and if you don't necessarily have time to explore our beautiful world, then perhaps at least you can see some of it through my eyes.
And she'll kind of like look away, blushing, and be like, are you sure?
Yeah, though I mean that's only if you want to. I mean, it's like it gets better towards the more recent stuff, of course. I mean, not all of it's great either. Drawing from the back of a moving creature, it also takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah, I understand experience, and I make clothes, dresses more, so I understand. Yeah, thank you. I hope you find your sister,
and I hope you find your brother and continue to journey safely.
Yeah. Well, I better go before my friends worry or anger the Kappa again.
Yeah. It was really nice meeting you.
Yeah. And she kind of just like awkwardly is like, yeah, okay.
As
Yeah,
you
thank you.
leave, you don't see it, but it looks as though he steps forward to say something, but then holds his voice back. He turns and watches until he can't see you anymore, and then places a hand on a tree, trying to catch his legs underneath him.
So cute.
All right. Thank you to my players for indulging that little bit of roleplay. Also, again, a massive thank you to our lovely audience member Marcus for the encounter where will Lushara ever find love? To go with the tarot reading, just to kind of give everyone what the reading was. So the reading was, of course, she had to overcome something difficult from her past. Him being a half-elf himself was a difficult thing that needed to be overcome to potentially make something happen. This person was definitely a sign of good growth and good change, which I feel like he was in the most part. And obviously the dilemma, the choice that needed to be made. Do you pursue this individual? Do you ask this person to come with you and maybe expand himself outside? So there were some deliberations, some choices here. I will ask Lushara as the person for this. Do you feel satisfied with that encounter meeting the Harrow?
I do. I think she got to experience something she thought was long gone, like that she'd find someone that kind of interested her, and and that she realizes she still has to deal with her fears of losing somebody too soon.
Nice.
So
I love that. Fantastic. For that and for their success, and I think you role played with me quite well on that one. You will gain a free natural 20 token.
Whoa, nice.
But because I also kicked ass, I get one as well.
yes, you did.
Normally there
was
is a
very
good
cute.
yeah. Normally there is a like it could be a magic item, it could be something we don't know what it is. For this one, you have the sketchbook, which is a more symbolic thing, so I didn't really want to give that as an item, but the nat 20s I think are going to be quite good. So there you go. All right. Returning just as some of the others begin to wake up from their groggy state, Birata, you are the first to open your eyes to greet the sight of Aelith and Arsini both passed out next to you, with Viv and the Viv clone with little tiny leaf fans kind of keeping you cool in the hot sun, as well as Magnus, like curled up next to the forest, as Lushara returns in the company of the blue turtle creature.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hi, Lushara.
Hi, I got it. I got what we need. It's very beautiful in there. And she's still kind of blushing, and she kind of stuffs the sketchbook in that she's holding and just like kind of puts it in her bag, like, you don't see that.
I see that.
Anyway, I got what we needed. How's everything out here?
They're alive and they're coming too, I think. Are you alive, Bill?
Great.
Bill? Bill?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I was trying. Can I have some more of that to take with us? That's great stuff.
The turtles look up and like, yes, you can. And they will mix. They'll just mix you up a gourd. This gourd is, we're just gonna call it "She Who Groggily Walks with Seasons." It is a green gourd, and it requires a fort save of 32 in order to not pass out from drinking it. It has 10 serves in it.
Wow.
I'll
boy.
write that item down.
You can,
afterwards.
yeah, I was gonna say you can water it down as well.
Yeah.
Lushar gonna side eye that gourd like, oh boy. Like, oh dear. Because he went down like a rock. He just.
Aelith, you
Right,
are the next to awaken.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Oh, you're awake. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's going on?
Everything's fine. I drank from the last gourd and I collected the water that we needed. For the cure.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
you
Oh,
would have liked it, Viv. It was very beautiful in there.
Maybe I'll see it one day whenever I'm old enough to go unconscious legally. Do they have laws of age on this planet? Anyways.
Anyway, yeah.
okay.
No.
So start heading back then. Good.
Arsene,
Once our
you
stomach's
you
good.
start to come to as well.
Ow.
I don't even remember when Arsene passed out. It just happened at some point.
I just sit up and I start
Yeah.
knocking in my skull as dirt comes out the ear hole.
Fair.
Wow.
Ouch.
You should probably not ever drink again, Arsene.
You get really violent against trees.
Let's not bring that back up. Shh.
As soon as Viv brings that back up.
Oh no.
Oh no.
One moment while I
I was lulled into a false sense of security.
Dun dun dun.
Then he started to get self-conscious about things. Or what's the word?
Okay, one moment.
He's just
While
gonna
you're doing
fear
that,
trees
Lushara
from now
will
on.
tell Viv about what she saw, the geyser and these beautiful fish
He
swirling
gained a
around
fear
in
of
it.
trees.
That it's like a story come to life, and she'll just kind of tell Viv because she knows Viv likes stories and it's very magical. So
That
yeah.
sounds so cool.
Yeah, it was. If we have more time, I'd say we should come back and see it again. Yeah, maybe someday. Maybe someday now that the gates are working.
Also,
I said he's just gonna slowly inch away from the tree.
Wise
And
decision.
then realize he's getting back near the line of trees on the side. He backs up back. He's just kind of like,
Don't step on Magnus. He's over there.
ah.
He's curled up in the shade.
Just gonna get right in the middle of all these trees, so I just as far away from all of them as possible.
Okay.
Equidistant away.
So, all of a sudden, you start to hear making its way in your direction.
I wrote down my notes. Fear of trees.
Uh-oh.
I said he perks up. Because you said we hear this music.
You do.
Oh god, it's boss music.
Lushara's gonna look at the kappa like, is this something we should be worried about?
Is this normal?
The Kappa look at each other and they burrow into the ground, leaving only their turtle shells exposed above the ground.
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's good.
You just
That's
I
good.
got some ideas. All right.
That isn't even the kind of right tone. Let me see if I can find the right tone for this. 1 second. Yeah, here we go. Large, heavy steps begin to make their way towards you. As emerging from the tree line is a great and powerful humanoid tree. With squinting eyes made into a simulacrum of a face embedded into a head that rests atop these brambled shoulders. Riding on which appears to be a tiny fairy with a very spruce mustache. See, I told you a bunch of times, you know, just because she moved away from the forest doesn't mean that she's not going to be happy here on the back of She Who Walks with Seasons. It's, you know, it's a very common thing for, you know, a seedling to go far from the tree, you know. And we're in the jungle for some reason. I mean, why are we in the jungle? This is now jungle music. I mean, we can change that a little bit. I'm using epidemic sound, by the way, for this one. Here we go, maybe this one. Nice. Okay, this is it. So, as the fairy is trying to convince the tree its daughter moving isn't a bad idea, you know, like, yeah, like I say, you know, the apple has to fall far away from the tree, otherwise the saying doesn't make no sense. The tree then has a moment. Yeah, we see. The seed doesn't need to fall that far from me. As long as I'm her papa, I'm always gonna make sure that I'm looking out for my little sapling. And heaven help the man what done cross my kin, be it by axe or by fire. They will earn my disrespect. Oh no, boss! Look over there! Is that Daddy's girl? My sweet little angel, is that you? Little tiny dribble of like sap is still pouring out of the open wound that no one actually healed.
Fuck.
What have they done to you? These vicious monsters. He takes off his crown of like thorny brambles.
First, it had to be that tree.
He says, now listen here. Now, y'all might not have anything to do with what has transpired in these here woods. And I hate to be the one to drag folks unwilling into the conflict of others, because that ain't my way. It ain't the way of the Clintwood clan. But I swear by my name as East Clintwood, I will find and avenge my daughter. So y'all need to look old East in the eye and tell me straight up, did one of y'all lay hands on my sweet, precious baby Bramble?
Shara kind of glances at Ursini like, oh boy.
Bill will quite legitimately say, I don't know what you're talking about. Not sure anyone's touched any trees here.
Well,
Bill was unconscious at the time.
No, he's not lying.
I'm wondering if that's true, stranger. Because you see, I know that us arboreal folk, we don't perspire when we get nervous. But some of you meat folk definitely seem to be leaking from your bark. So what's got y'all dripping sap so strongly? Your friends know something that they should share? How about you, tiny little fluffy thing? He says, pointing at Viv. Y'all know something about what happened here to my precious little baby girl?
I can't more really put up with this right now. Just looks over at Arsene.
The giant tree looks over at Arsene. The giant tree walks over to you. He leans down and he says, son, I hear saying from the old land is dead men tell no tales. But
Good thing I'm dead.
But you best pray that them stories are wrong. Cause I got no problems beating a dead horse. Or a dead person.
I was gonna say, I'm not a horse, but he already beat me to it. I'm sorry.
You fessing up then? You saying it was you that drove a blade into the trunk of my sweet little girl, who never harmed a single fly, who did nothing but bring light and color and oxygen for your... Well, actually, you don't breathe, so you know. Bring oxygen into this world that she does nothing but give and give and give, and you people, with your weapons ripped from the earth, sort of take more from her?
I can give back. I can try to give back. I did not know it was your daughter, and I was not in my right mind. We were trying to deal with these turtles that were testing us, and once
turtles.
I was... Yes.
Okay.
Well, you see the shells behind us.
You look around, you can't see any shells. They're just 3
You
rocks.
said they left their shells behind!
Yeah, they're 3 rocks.
Damn it! Son of a bitch. I could play you some music if you'd like. I know it won't help with the tree problem, or with your daughter's injury.
My dear, dear sweet friend, I appreciate your honesty. But your honesty comes in way too late. Now, if y'all had said something when I first asked, maybe perhaps I'd have been lenient. Maybe roughed you up a little bit. Put you in something that, you know, your mom could bury in an open casket. But seeing as the grave don't seem to bother you that much, I'm gonna get you to give what you took.
How?
Oh, I'm gonna beat 15 different shades of it straight out of you, son. But I'm gonna do you a favor here. This is my generosity. You don't have to, you know, your friends don't have to watch me put you in the ground. So if you want, you can say your farewells. You can come back over here and you can get what's coming to you. Or you can make me work for it. And that's just gonna piss me off.
Didn't someone of your caliber like a challenge, though?
Oh hell no! I'm too old for this shit.
I'm also too old for
Yeah,
this
no,
shit.
I love it. By the way, big fight. Yeah.
While
Freaking
he's
great.
distracted with his hands, I cast it. Oh wait, no, I don't think I can cast invisibility right now, actually.
Also, that was the
No, I
that
can't.
was the pixie, by the way.
Dang it. Okay.
The pixies
And I'm
are
all
not
out of
like
second
fighting.
level spells. I can't cast invisibility.
Sir, I'm really sorry.
I go, damn it.
Oh no! Listen, you did the right thing, little fluffy doll thing, by pointing this here scoundrel out. I don't.
Sir, he's not a scoundrel. We come from a culture where the way that we interact with trees without harming them forever involves processes like that. We didn't know that she was cognizant.
You
Yes.
telling me that this here undead creature never brought harm to no tree for no reason whatsoever?
Don't look at me.
There's only so many, there's
Shar
only
is
so
like-
many transgressions I can forgive.
All right.
You guys
Well,
have
he's
I
giving
challenge you to a duel.
what?
I don't know. He's gonna kill me. I can challenge a duel. I can
mean,
duel.
How is that? Okay.
He's a cowboy.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I guess. You can fight him one-on-one if you want. I don't know what you want. I mean,
I don't know either.
okay, Neil, he'll fight you one-on-one. Choose your weapon. What do you want to equip this dude with?
Can I reuse a hero point to re-say what I'm gonna say?
The duel? Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to ignore the
yeah,
duel
I
thing.
use
Yeah,
a hero
sure.
point to ignore the duel.
No, that's fine. You don't need to give me the hero point. I just presumed that was just an ill-thought moment. It's fine. You don't need to say the duel thing. Just wasn't sure what was going on with that. All right. So anyway, like he said, he is being very kind and very courteous, mind you. He is giving you a chance to say farewell. However, in actual above the table gameplay thing, this is a good chance for you to actually talk and potentially strategize with your teammates out of earshot of this individual, who, for the record, will have you guys just sort of move a little bit further up the path here for your talk, so that he can go and tend to his daughter. The pixie is actually the one who does come down and heal her wounds. Basically, cleaning up the sap, making sure it's properly healed over. It does scar the bark, though, because, that's the crazy thing about when you carve into wood and stuff. It scars it. And not just now, but permanently. So every time it expands and grows outwards, there's always a mark inside of it to where it is. So, yeah, there you go. All right. The scene is yours.
Right.
The tree.
I think I'm gonna die, guys.
Sunny, what have you done?
I didn't know. And you
It
know I
doesn't
didn't
matter.
know.
Why are you always assaulting trees for no reason?
I'm not trying to.
Keep it down.
Sorry, don't you have a spell
Why
that...
are you always
Sorry,
yelling?
real quick, don't you have a spell that literally creates dead trees to fall on people?
I took it away, so I didn't do it anymore.
Okay.
But then you went after
So
a
you
live one
didn't-
anyway.
So you didn't intend to draw out your weapon and stab a tree.
Not to hurt it. I was trying to get the sap.
Oh,
I was
I swore for a
Stabbing things
second you were
usually
about to
hurt
say
it.
trees don't have feelings.
Stabbing creatures usually hurts them.
What do you think we've been doing the whole time? We've been fighting creatures, not trees.
They attacked us, though. That tree was just there.
Arsenio, one of the
She
We're
was
on
in
the back of
the
a
Okay, what about you guys?
okay.
You guys have done a lot of things too, not just me. Why are you always yelling at me?
Tree?
I feel like the odd one out, and I am the odd one out because I'm a skeleton, okay?
Oh, we haven't summoned
Why is this turning
their
into a
dads.
fight about you? We have a giant tree to deal with.
Hold
We're
on.
all a
Arsenic,
tree. We're
Arsenic.
walking on a giant tree.
Arsenic,
What?
this thing wants to put you back in your place.
I know. I'm
there's a
scared.
chance, but by the way, Bill's still semi-slowing at this point. There's a chance they might allow one of us to put you in a place for it. Now, if you stay very, very still, and I slug you well enough, play
Yes.
with it above the table.
So
Above the table.
Play-
Let me
yes.
explain.
yeah.
Bill will slug you to the point where you can disassemble as though you've been poof
Okay.
and collapse to potentially make this thing think that it was done and you're well and truly put in your place.
Okay.
As an idea.
As long as you don't do 17 damage.
Well, it'll be with his fist, so it'd be non-lethal, so you'd be...
Oh, okay, so I'd still just get knocked out, but not die. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, this seems to be the only option we have to avoid having to fight an upset tree father.
But to be
Okay.
fair, if a caring father, I'm not entirely surprised if you want to deal with people that wrong his children.
I want to get off
Don't
this
blame
planet.
him.
Take me home. Where we go? This is getting real.
Stop singing, Arsini. Take this seriously. Okay.
Bill,
Oh,
if you don't hit him soon, I'm gonna do it.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Are
Yeah.
we going with that for the plan?
Yeah, just
Yes.
yeah.
Uh,
And then
Okay.
she'll,
Might actually have to
lean
bury
toward
me in the
Aelith and be
ground
like,
afterwards
can we
too.
leave him in bone form for a while after this? Just stuff him in a bag and just carry him around for a little while.
So to be clear, just so that we also make sure that as players we're doing the right thing as well. This encounter has nothing to do with Arsini specifically. This is a reward for our lovely donation from Cookie Monster, who is a bloody legend as always. But yes, I feel like it is about time that Arsini got some payback from the arboreal stuff. So FYI, no matter what you do to Arsini, it will not necessarily translate to Arsini won't get people into trouble, or that you guys won't get into trouble as well. This is all in good fun. Now, another thing to also be aware of is that I'm not just going to curb stomp Arsini and kill his character with a $100 donation. That's also that as well. Now, if you are intending to unitedly deceive the person who has outrightly explained how much he hates being deceived, you may absolutely do so. I will also let you know that this will require Bill Rotard to create a perform or a deception check.
Flat C20
Or
roll?
he could actually punch me, because that's what we were talking about.
Doesn't matter. He would still need to deceive that he intended to murder you in place of the tree.
I mean, isn't it deceive? He hates the undead.
Above the board, Lushar is kind of going like, should we just let this guy have Arsini for a little while? I mean,
What?
Those are her inside thoughts. She's not expressing them.
Yeah, inside thoughts.
Those are her inside thoughts. Like, can we just like let him have them?
Just for a little bit as a treat.
Just for a little bit. Just let him like just beat him up a little bit and wish him up. Maybe he'll lose a few bones and we'll put him back together later. I mean,
I'll be shorter.
like I said, inside thoughts.
I don't know if I want to lie to. I don't know if I want to lie to him, but if you think it's best, we can. I don't know.
I don't know that honestly. I think
I don't want to lie to him either,
he
but
would-
I'm going to die if we let him have me. But yes,
We won't let you go alone.
Will you learn your lesson after this?
I've learned my lesson before. I don't know what's happening.
You have very poor retention abilities then.
Arsini, I need you to swear you will never harm another tree.
I took that one spell off. How much more can I swear to it?
Sir, you stabbed the tree, and that's why we're in this situation.
You set a bunch of things on fire with Magnus.
What are you talking about?
Magnus just being around just sets things on fire.
Yeah, our enemies that are trying to kill us.
Yes,
Anyway.
and I'm also trying to kill the enemies that are trying to kill us.
That
Somehow
tree is not
trees show up
targeting
in
you.
between me and the enemy.
Neil,
I'm not helping. I'm not helping deception. We're apparently going to fight this tree.
I mean, maybe. It does have a very cool name, though, for the type of fight we're going to have. East Clintwood nails it.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
All right.
Maybe if we beat him up a little bit, I don't know.
I'm just saying, seem to be the brunt of every problem, and I'm kind of getting sick of it. When I'm not trying to do anything.
I just want to play my violin, figure out where my body went.
Look, Viv is the most forgiving one here, and even Viv is aware that you are causing a lot of unnecessary problems.
okay,
and now we have
let's
to deal
not
with
use
it.
me as the
No, I'm not blaming you,
confused.
Viv.
Okay,
No.
okay.
I'm just saying, even Viv now is upset. Even Viv. And Viv doesn't get mad at any of us. Anyway, let's go fight the tree.
Excuse me,
Well,
sir.
fight it. We try to.
We
Yeah.
don't need to fight the tree.
I don't know
Y'all
what to
done
do. I
saying your
don't want.
goodbyes?
I'm not lying to this tree.
No,
Viv walks up to the tree.
we're not.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Ayla. Go first. You okay?
No, go ahead.
Excuse me, sir.
He looks down and he says, "What can I help you with, Squirt?"
I understand why you're upset, my friend, but I can't just leave him behind. Even if he does deserve to learn a lesson, I don't want to have him learn it on his own. So, I'm gonna stay, if that's okay.
Well, listen here. That's mighty brave of you. For someone so small to have such a big heart, that's a mighty fine attribute. But you need to listen to me, and listen to me well. There comes a time when a seedling bends with the wind. When the old folks tell them what to do, they should bend so that they can grow proper. Then, after enough time has passed, their roots grow in, and they become mighty trees. And no matter how the storm howls, they're strong and they know how to hold up. You're still a sapling, little one. And what I'm about to do to your friend is not something young eyes need to see. One day, you'll be strong enough to see that. And you'll be strong enough to bear the weight of emotional scarring that is going to happen when you see the level of untold and unbridled. You will understand the very definition of the word violence. Because what I'm about to do is not a fight. It is borderline a war crime. But that ain't for the eyes of a tiny little creature with buttons for eyes. Now you all run along and get. You go give your dwarf papa and your elven mamas a big hug. And get them to go buy you some ice cream. And I'm going to make sure that your friend gets taken to the farm upstate. No problem. He pulls out a pine cone from his ear, and he kind of like gives you a pine cone.
Oh no!
God, you killed this man. We're already out. We're gone. Okay.
When the most deadly feature of this encounter is the fact I can get your party to abandon you.
You're like, you know what? This tree has a point. Oh, Neil's gone. Neil's out. Okay. I'm gonna try. Dag, look at me. We can do this. We can return. We can do it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm okay.
You're good. Come on, guys. We can do this.
Can someone please clip the very motivational cowboy tree, please? I need that in my life.
So good.
Oh,
no.
Oh my god, this isn't gonna work.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Dad, I think it's been 2 hours.
It has. I need a decision on where to prep for next week. So I don't care what you guys decide to do. We got to get to a cliffhanger point.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna.
I don't know. I think the party's turned against you. We're not going to.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie to the
more
tree.
things to say, but I'm happy to just not talk if we cannot.
I just keep my hero point and crit for my next character.
Yeah. I mean, look, you can try and have a square fight with this dude. I mean, he's not going to stop you.
No.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
All right, so you're gonna go face the music.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
support him. It's just
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to lie to this tree.
Oh.
Viv looks at the pine cone and just says, "Well, thank you, sir. And I understand what you're saying. But if your daughter has to see it, then I think I should be here to see it too. And maybe protect my friends. I don't got many of them, so I want to do right by them."
Oh, you are doing right by him. You're making him an honest man. And that's more than some folk deserve in this life. And trust me, my girl's older than she looks.
She seems plenty strong.
She is.
She seems like she can handle herself all good.
Mm-hmm. And how old are you,
She's
tiny
still
little fluffy
glowing,
thing?
too.
Technically only a few months old.
I see. Well, that's exactly why, little one. Come on, you got your pine cone?
But have you asked your daughter what she thinks?
My daughter don't speak. She's a tree.
Is she not awakened like you?
No.
Well, I can't go, but I hope if this is what you're gonna do, it is what your daughter would want. So, I'm gonna stay.
Are we back? We're back. Good.
No.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Not quite.
Guess who's back? Back again. Dag is back.
There we go.
Tell a friend.
I think we're coming in now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, the tree looks over to you, East Clintwood, and says, "Well, what about the rest of y'all? I might have a soft touch with young'uns, but I ain't holding back when it comes to the elder folk. You choose to let her see what she sees, and that's on you."
As much as he likely deserves this, we need him for greater things than us. So I'm afraid we have to stay here and help him stay alive.
So that's the way this has got to be. That's the way this has got to be.
Just don't kill my cat, if you don't mind.
Your cat stays out of this, I won't kill your cat.
Thank you.
And what about you two? You feel the same inclination? You feeling like today just happens to be the day the stars line up for you? What I'm trying to say is, you both feeling lucky? Punks?
Well, at least one of us needs to make it out to tell his tale. I mean, he's already been crushed, mutilated, transformed. Hate to think what he's going to do next.
That implied that Bilrotar's sitting this fight out so he can tell the story later.
He's probably nursing the massive hangover that he's got.
Oh, okay, cool. Fair enough. Yep. Just checking.
Yeah.
Aelith?
Well, I don't want to fight you, but I
That's
I
okay.
am
I
also
wouldn't want
going
to fight
have
me
to
either.
protect my friends.
I can respect that.
You have such good one-liners, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So, Arsini, with your friends backing you up, the tree rises up. He shakes both of his hands, and as he does, he watches all the dead bits of like branches and leaves fall from his body. The pixie flies over, and he watches. He raises his hands, and spikes grow out of them. And he
As he does
says,
that. Oh, I was gonna say.
"Hang on."
I was gonna say when he does that, I kind of unbuckle my sling from my hilt, and I put a little bullet in there, and just start spinning it.
All right. On the count of 3. 3! And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Ah.
All right. Thank you, everyone,
Okay,
for
I
coming
hope
and joining us.
Raycon, you're very happy. This is hilarious.
It was very well, yeah. Cookie
And
paid for-
Cookiemon
yeah,
as
and
well.
Cookiemon as well.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, this was a good one. It was nice. You know,
That was
like,
awesome.
yeah, could
I'm
have
gonna die.
could have gone a bunch of different ways.
I mean, I love how reluctant
this
everyone's
is
like,
the
I guess
one."
we're gonna have to stay and help our friend because we need him.
Gonna kill me and he'd be like, "There, I killed your friend. You guys are good to go."
But also, new character. No,
Possibly. I'd be fine with it. if it
No,
happened.
I
no.
mean,
I
are
look-
you gonna let Marcus win the character count battle here?
True. I need to.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. But we will return next week for the Battle of East Clintwood, and of course the rest of the group. And besides, you guys don't know how strong this thing is. I mean, honestly, it'd be so funny if this thing was like a CR3 and you guys didn't realize it. I just made it larger.
Somehow I doubt that.
I mean,
doubt
I
it's
still
gonna be
think
a
it could
CR3.
flatten me with 17 damage.
Well, I mean, keeping in mind, as a great GM, and this actually, you know what? This goes for the DAG formation at the end of the game. Now, remember, guys, when you play with people,
bone meal.
when you play with people at a table, there are a number of different ways you can command the table and the space. It doesn't specifically mean just the game either. One of the tricks that I like to do in order to create a sense of fear at my table are little things like asking my players before a game begins what level they happen to be. Little things like acting disappointed when they give me whatever answer they give me. For those of you like Neil, who has been on multiple of my tables, who has seen me do this multiple times, it is a technique that I can do to have my players immediately stop when they see an encounter and go, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do we fight this? And even if the encounter level is well within the group's challenge rating, they take the time to come up with other options, or to resort to other things, or to try everything in their power to not fight it. And sometimes that's a useful thing. So, very, very useful tool. Always remember, you don't want your players to be petrified. You don't want your players to always feel like death follows them at all points. So good, positive encounters, again, like the one that East Clintwood had with Viv. Viv is under no harm from East Clintwood. You know, and that was very important to establish. It was very important to be like, you know, yeah, hey, look, you're cool. You're a nice person. So, you know, not all encounters need to be big, bad fights. Not all encounters need to just be a show of how many hit points you have. Whatever it is you're doing, however, your narrative doesn't begin and end with the tabletop. It begins and ends with your behaviors as a GM. What do you share with your players? What do you not share with your players? What do you share that is true? What do you share that seeds lies? You know? Stuff like that. Fake dice rolling, we call it. So if you have a GM screen and the players are taking too long in combat, or just chatting about stuff that you want to move on, all you have to do as a GM is behind the GM screen, just do this. Guarantee you they start moving a lot quicker. So little things like that. So this is the digital version of that, you know, having those little moments of like, you know, saying things or, you know, making points of stuff. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. Behold the schedule. We will be back in 8 hours for our next installment of Curse of the Crimson Throne. I will let the audience members know as well. Unfortunately, we did have Brittany step off from that table. We are announcing it tomorrow, but we are also, well, I may as well announce it now as well. We are looking for a player 6 to round out the end of that campaign. The only requirements are that you are available for the time slot, have some experience with Pathfinder 2nd edition, and yeah, that's it. Some experience with Pathfinder 2nd edition, and you are familiar with and free for the time slot. Mostly because it is the final book, so I can't obviously give it the full care and attention. The seat is already paid for, so you do not need to worry about that. And we're going to announce it again when I do the show, so, you know, there you go. All right. And oh yes, and if you are interested, just flick me a message. Check me out on the Discord. You can find me there. Just send a message and be like, hey, I'd like to put my hand up for yada yada yada. I'll arrange a call. We'll chat. We'll see what the vibe is like. If the vibe fits, then you get invited, and then we get to do it. So yay, done. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for listening. Stay safe. Stay wonderful. Be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks!